Next, we break down some of today's important legal stories. Starting in Minneapolis, prosecutors filed their response to the motion for a new trial filed by Chauvin's defense team. And Georgia police officers fired for misconduct after a person under their watch dies by suicide. With me to discuss is National Bar Association President C.K. Hoffler. Hey, C.K.
Hi, good evening.
All right, let's start with the latest in the Derek Chauvin's case, Derek Chauvin case, that is. Prosecutors filed their response to the defense's motion for a new trial today. Eric Nelson had cited several examples of alleged juror misconduct, such as allegations that juror Brandon Mitchell didn't properly answer questions about his participation in protests in support of Black Lives Matter in his jury selection questionnaire. How do you see the judge ruling on this motion, CK?
I mean, I think that, certainly that is an important point to raise, but unless there's clear-cut evidence that he lied or that he misrepresented, I don't think there will be any traction whatsoever. I mean, in every case, when you've got a conviction, there's always going to be an appeal. A lot of times, jury misconduct is that's the grounds for the appeal, if there's enough evidence there to support it. But I think in this case, the defense is pulling for straws and trying to find basically any justification to get a new trial. I don't think there'll be a lot of traction unless there's something that we're missing. Remember, jury selection took a long time, and they had ample opportunity, both sides, to ask every question under the sun of these jurors. So certainly, if they didn't ask the right questions about his participation or support of Black Lives Matter, whether he went to protest and the like, then shame on them, because they certainly had enough time to ask those questions. But if he misrepresented, that could be a different story.
Exactly. All right. Now, Derek Chauvin is due to be sentenced next Friday. Now, folks are holding their breath concerning how much time the judge will actually give him. How do you see the penalty phase playing out?
I think because he's a first-time offender, he has no criminal history. The judge is going to view that very favorably, as most judges would. However, the prosecutors are seeking the maximum. They're seeking actually 30 years for him. I think while the public, in the court opinion and public support, would warrant a very, very stiff sentence, I think this judge probably will be more lenient than the prosecutors would like to see. That's my sense based on all that I know of the judge, based on observing him at trial, and based on him feeling that he needs to probably be balanced. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but he be balanced given that there's no criminal history or past history from this defendant.
Now let's turn to a disturbing story out of Savannah, Georgia, CK. 5 Savannah police officers have been fired after a man being questioned in an assault case took his own life while he was left alone in an interview room. 60-year-old William Harvey died back in April. 2 officers were fired for turning off their body cameras, and 3 officers were fired over a text message exchange that basically mocked his death. CK, why are we seeing more and more of these tragedies, and how can we prevent these sorts of deaths in police custody?
I think we're seeing more and more of these tragedies, and by the way, this is horrific. It's horrific. And we're seeing more and more of this, I believe, because this is backlash. The police, I believe, are fighting back, because right now there's a trend in this country towards social justice. You've got the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act that is pending, and that any moment could be signed into law if there is a final agreement on the sticking points. And I think the police in this country, especially those bad cops who have engaged in police brutality, are fighting back. And you see that in many ways. And I think people dying in the custody of police throughout the country is just one example of the backlash. Inattention, not paying attention to inmates, maybe beating inmates when people aren't looking, turning off their cameras, mysterious things happening when theoretically there should be cameras and all eyes on these inmates. And I think we're seeing this more because of the backlash.
Now, attorneys for the Harvey family say they're still waiting for a report from state investigators before moving forward. But what kind of criminal charges could these officers face?
Well, certainly, and I know the attorneys. I know Molly Davis very well. I've been his co-counsel on cases. He's an extraordinary attorney. They could be facing, counts of negligence, depending upon what the evidence will show. Certainly, aggravated. This is gross negligence on some level, because while in custody, there should have been cameras to observe him, to see him, to monitor all that he was doing. But if there's some intentional acts like aggravated assault, battery, and things of that nature, because we just don't know right now. They could have happened even before he was in custody and then continue when he was in custody. I think the evidence will reveal that, and I think the attorneys want to know what's what before they begin to file charges. But negligence from intentional towards intentional crimes, as well as and in a civil context, it would be towards, as well as negligence, because for at a minimum, someone should have had eyes on him. This makes no sense that he would
Yes.
die in an interrogation room. Since when do you leave potential defendants, or there are people who are allegedly accused of a crime, alone in an interrogation room for enough time for them to allegedly commit suicide? I think it's all very suspicious, to be perfectly frank with you. And I'd love to see the evidence that's uncovered, because I think that I smell some form of cover up here. And I think it's good that there were officers that were disciplined and terminated, because someone needs to be accountable for his death.
Absolutely. All right, let's turn to a bill that Congress just sent to President Biden to sign. It makes Juneteenth a federal holiday, and many say it's long overdue. Does this have real significance, or is it just symbolic gesture, CK? Because, you know, you have people saying, okay, yet again, we have something that isn't tangible for us. You know, this is symbolic victories versus tangible change. And some would argue that, you know, the greatest tool of white supremacy is distraction, and this is yet again another distraction. What do you say?
I don't think it's a distraction. This is something that is tangible. This is long overdue. Juneteenth, for many of us, represents freedom. I mean, it's tied to the end of slavery, tied to a very, very painful period in the life of African Americans and Black and brown people in this country in general. So I think that we can't take every single law as a huge victory. This is certainly not going to be the same magnitude as the passage of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, if that's signed into law. But it's very important. It's the recognition of the end of a very painful era, and it also represents freedom. From my standpoint, we need to take it to the next step. What does it mean? We need to push for policing reform. We need to push for the elimination of voter suppression, because those are the true markers of freedom. If you have freedom on the books, but not in practice, then you have a long ways to go. So I think it is very important. It's not just symbolic. You know, every step is closer to justice, and this is a strong measure of justice. I'm so happy that this day has come. It means a lot to me personally. It means a lot to Black and brown people in this country, and I really, really wish that people would stop being negative about something that is so positive to a group of people, and it's so long overdue.
All right, finally, CK, we talk a lot about the important role district attorneys play in the criminal legal system. The Democratic primary for one of the most important DA races in the country is coming up on Tuesday. 8 candidates are running in the Democratic primary for Manhattan DA, and since the district is heavily Democratic, the winner of the primary will likely be the next Manhattan DA. We've talked to all 8 candidates here on Making the Case, and I want to ask you why you think this office is so important, and who are you watching in this primary?
Well, that's a really, really good question. It is really important. Why is it important? Well, if we just look at the Derek Chauvin case, where when you have district attorneys or you have attorney generals that can play a very, very significant role in the prosecution of law enforcement when it's necessary, and of others. And so the district attorney position is very, very, very significant. We've got an African American who is running. You've got a lot of women. It's a very, very diverse. You have a very diverse group of people running. And so I can't say that I have my eye on any particular candidate, but I have my eye on this race because this signals change. And there's a need for change throughout the country. And so I'm delighted that there's a diverse slate. I think that because there's so many people running, it's hard to say who's going to actually win, but I'm just delighted that this day has come where there's a diverse group of people running in the biggest, most populated, and some would argue most powerful city in the nation. So I'm happy that this day has come.
All right, National Bar Association President CK Hoffler, always good having you on.
Thank you. Great to be here.